I want to leap over buildings, want to fly over the shores, faster than a lightning flash, rushing through the cool night air. So start ignition, count to 0. I just wanna be a superhero.
Hey, what's up guys? Scott Speed here at the iRacing headquarters. Some exciting news about the upcoming Rallycross World Championship. They've got a wild card entry, and yours truly is gonna get that spot. See you guys out on the track.
You want to race in NASCAR. The road starts here. Introducing the eNASCAR Ignite Series powered by iRacing. This is the gateway for all aspiring 13 to 16-year-olds. Starting June 20th, ignite your dreams of one day racing in the top tiers of NASCAR. Go to www.iracing.com/ignite for full details.
All right, ready whenever you are.
They took a week off last week, but we are back here again with the Go Fast Grand National Series live from Joliet, Illinois and Chicagoland Speedway. Thank you, event up in the booth with you, as always, joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Scott Brinson. Scott, how are you feeling tonight, dude?
Not too bad, man. How we doing tonight, Sam? I hear you got your voice back.
Yeah, I had to miss last night's broadcast of Somo because I had a bit of a sore throat and lost my voice and everything, which is weird. Managed to get it back today though, so all is good in the world of Sam right now. But anyway, let's get on with the broadcast at hand, and let's go to a couple of sponsors that we want to talk about. Let's go to PC Overlays. If you want to overlay like the one you see on tonight's broadcast, and go to Paul Zota. That's PC Overlays. You can find them on Facebook. Also want to show our ongoing support for pH-aware pulmonary hypertension, one of the most difficult to diagnose diseases in the medical profession. So if you want more information, or if you want to throw out a donation, then go to phaware.global. And finally, just want to give a shout out to Right to Give, another one of the fantastic sponsors of Phenomenal Evolution and Both for Broadcasting. If you want to visit them or throw a donation to Right to Give, they support charities like cancer charities and things like that. So if you want to throw out some support, then go to Right to Give. You can find them on Facebook.
That's going to wrap up. Time for a little bit of qualifying.
Absolutely, but before we do that, let's go to our points tonight, Scott. Missed the last race there because, again, of illness, because I had that freaking toothache. But interested at the top of the standings. It looks like Joe Bichette's extended his lead.
Yep, Joe Bichette is the points leader. He's got a 41-point lead over Michael Trevathan. Tyler Cox is back there in third place. He moved up a spot, actually. He's actually tied with Brian Littleton, and they're 59 points back in first place. They're tied for third. Dylan Vos, he's in fifth. Austin Marion, sixth. Skylar Allen Sr., seventh. Jeff Schmidt, Jeff Woopker, ninth. And David Worrell rounds out the top 10.
Yeah, and good to see Skylar Allen up there. He's steadily making his way up through the standings. Not through getting wins, but through just pure consistency. I mean, 6 top 10s, 2 top 5s. He's Mr. Consistency right now. Anyway, let's go to our qualifying here tonight, live on Both for Broadcasting. And we've got a full track already, Scott.
Yeah, it looks like all in all, we got 21 of them here tonight. So we're going to have a decent-sized field here tonight. Got 7 of them that have recorded a time out of all those guys. Now 8. Times are starting to come in now. Brian Littleton currently up on the point with a 33.90 to Michael Trevathan's 34.02. Right now, Littleton, the only one in the threes.
And Michael Trevathan is one of the guys on the move right now. He won a couple of weeks ago. Finally got that win a couple of weeks ago. It's very special for him. I can't remember who won last week because, yeah, toothache. Anyway, looking at Jeff Schmidt right now. Down in 7th in the points right now, standings right now. Looks like he's finished his qualifying run, so he won't improve at any point tonight. But, yeah, Brian Littleton at the top of the standings right now. Really doing his bit right now.
And actually, Sam, they didn't race last week. Last race was on June 15th that I'm seeing anyway.
Yeah, that's the one I missed.
And it was Tyler Cox that won that race.
So Tyler Cox getting win number 5 on the season, so good for him. It looks like everybody's wrapping up the qualifying already. We've gone to Nate Katila. Just want to point out with Nate Katila, next week we're going to try something for the 4th of July week. We're going to have a guest camera on our broadcast next week when we go to Daytona. And Nate Katila will be behind the wheel, and there will be an option. A little suitcase down in the bottom of the screen next week, which will actually let you see Nate Katila driving his car. So that should be interesting to see next week.
The old in-car.
Absolutely. It's a format we used to use when Tony used to broadcast in an IndyCar league. We used to broadcast, and Yeah, I've always been interested in bringing it back, but it's always dependent on other people's, you know, internet connections and stuff like that. So,
but you got to make sure you get somebody out there that doesn't get too emotional, too fired up, because I used to do that for Rudy, but he got tired of me getting fired up and cursing on his podcast, so he took that gig away from me. Yeah, probably not a good idea, Rudy. I'm a little animated when we're driving out there.
But just before we go to our grid, all that's left for me to say is just stand on your feet, raise your hands onto your heart as we go to tonight's national anthem. When I find it. There we go.
One thing you can't ever control, Sam, is the internet, huh?
Absolutely.
You on your way back again? Right on. They're gridding up right now. We still live?
Yeah, we're live. Just gone back live again now. Apologies for the. Apologies for the. Sorry, Scott. Yeah, apologies for the disconnection there. We are fixing it as I speak, so just bear with me 1 second while I fix it. But Nate,
While Sam does that, why don't I go ahead and give him the rundown?
Absolutely.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Brian Littleton did wind up winning the pole. He was the only one that got in the threes with his 30.390. Trevathan will start on the outside of row 1 and 2nd. The points leader, Joe Burchett, will start 3rd. Jeremy Rigney, 4th. Brandon Puffenbarger will start 5th. Austin Marion, 6th. Tyler Cox, 7th. Jeff Woopker, 8th. Kyle Frame, 9th. And Charlton Sanders, haven't seen that name before. He'll start 10th. Dylan Voss will roll off 11th. Nate Catilia will start 12th. Jeff Schmidt, 13th. Skylar Allen, Sr., 14th. Stephen Parks, 15th. Mark Kahn, 16th. Cody McCorkle will start 17th. Robert Hill Jr., 18th. Bruce Wright III will roll off 19th. Justin Rector rounds out the top 20. And starting shotgun tonight, the only guy not to take a time and who will receive a black flag on the start of the race, as I heard him talking about, and that will be Eric Minch. He didn't practice either, so he'll definitely be getting a black flag if he's out there running.
And Rector getting a black flag as well, but he's already at the back, so that wouldn't hurt him too much anyway. But yeah.
I'm not seeing Minch in the session, so Minch is not going to be in the race. He's the only one. We haven't missed anything yet. They're just rolling out of 2 right now, so we are not underway yet. Still pacing here in Chi-Town. Always good to be in the Chicago area.
Absolutely. We're going to go to our main view now. Let's focus.
And if you've never been to Chicago, I highly recommend taking in a Cubs game while you're there.
Absolutely. I'm waiting for Trading Paints to load in, so apologise for the weird looking cars for the moment as we are about to get them going once again. 134 laps here in Chicago. Joliet, Illinois is the destination. Oh, is the location, sorry. Pace car is off, and we're going to get them going right now. Trading Paints is still loading, and away we go. Brian Nelton puts it on the loud pedal, and we are live here at Chicagoland. 134 laps to go.
Wow, Chicago's home of the Blues, but right there we had a little accordion action going on there at the start of this race, and I'm surprised we didn't get our first caution before we ever got started there. But good job by everybody not to run each other over back there in mid-pack, back towards the back of the field.
As we see, Brian Littleton just holding on to the lead there ahead of Michael Tavartha and Joe Bichette just there behind them. Like I said, I do apologise. Trading Paints is taking forever to load at the moment, so apologies for the weird paint schemes, but they will load in eventually. It looks like Chavartha's trying to get a run on the outside of the 80 right now. Joe Bichette and Tyler Cox right there within touch and distance as well.
Everybody just trying to find a comfort zone right now. There's a lot of traffic out there right now. And guys are just trying to find a nice, comfortable area. You know how the start of these things are, man. It's crazy. It's when everybody can get everything they can get, so everybody gets single filed out. Eventually, if we stay green, that's what will happen. Everybody will get single filed out. But right now, everybody trying to get what they can.
Turn 2, sorry. I'm doing it again.
We just got started. Here you are mixing up the turns, Sam.
I know, right? Usually I do it at the shorter tracks, not this one. But here we go. There goes Travatha. Oh, it looks like Cox is going to try and make it 3 wide here. Decides to back out of it, so discretion being the better part of valor there for the 14. But it looks like Travatha's going to get a run on the outside on Brian Littleton. And he does. He looks like he's got the clear.
I'll tell you what, the guys in the back aren't afraid to go 3 wide. As the, I think it was about 12th place back there. They're all racing 3 wide, and they're all on top of each other back here. If we don't get a caution here soon, I will be surprised with the way these guys are mixing it up back here.
Yeah, and then in good go fast tradition, there are no stages in this series, so it's pure racing all the way to the checkered flag. And yeah, as you rightly said, there is Nate Cotillo at the front of that pack. Skylar Allen is right behind them. Robert Hill Jr. in that pack too. Jeff Schmidt is there with 395 and Mark Cohen, and Cody McCorkle is there in the 302 Napa Auto Parts machine. So all of them bunched together there. Looks like Cotillo's starting to stretch his legs from that though.
Yeah, just a little bit. It seems like we're getting little packs here. We got little groups of cars. 3 or 4 different little groups of cars. We got the main 4 that are starting to break away, and then the next group of 6 who are trying to hang on, who are pretty much single filed out. Now everybody looks like they're single filing out. I knew it wouldn't take long, about 5-6 laps is all it took. And there's your tire degradation. I can't say that word.
Degradation.
There you go. Thank you, Sam. That tells you just how bad this place chews them up. That's a little easier to say.
Yeah, we've just seen Joe Bichette work on the outside and pass Brian Littleton on that outside. So good move there for the 41 as he now works on the back of his teammate Tyler Cox. Cox a bit faster and is on the back of Michael Trevathan already. Trevathan would love to get win number 2 here at Chicagoland and really close the gap on Joe Bichette, who's just 2 spots back from him right now.
Yeah, you gotta remember that's just the regular season. They're all racing to get in the chase.
Right there, just at the back of the top 5. Had a great run the last time we broadcast Go Fast Racing. The number 11 Advanced Auto Parts driver, driving a Heineken scheme last time. Good new paint scheme this time as he's got Brandon Puffenbarger also running a new paint scheme right behind him. As Kyle Frame getting a touch on the wall there, that's going to let Dylan Vose pass him on the outside. There he goes. So our first casualty.
You alright, Sam? Sorry to throw you off.
No.
I was just going to say, we were four wide in the back there, man. These guys are still racing it up extremely hard back here in the back.
Absolutely, yes. I'm just going to mess with the... There we go. I am just going to mess with the sound a little bit. Sorry, guys. This is going to look weird, but it's got to be done.
So far, it looks like our biggest mover of the race so far is Robert Hill Jr. He started 18th. He's currently moved up to 13th. Got a couple other guys, Dylan Vose and Mark Cohn, or Con, however you say that. They've moved up 4 spots apiece, respectively. So some guys on the move here, some guys on the fall as well. Charlton Sanders started back there in 10th. He was issued an EOL for some reason at the start of the race. I'm guessing because he didn't take a practice time, and he's currently back at 17th. And also Stephen Parks, who started 15th, running dead last now in 20th.
Yeah, Stephen Parks, good to see him back in the series. He's missed quite a few weeks simply because he was building a new computer, so good to see him back out a bit. Yeah, he's going to be a bit rusty, and yeah, he's going to be a bit ginger behind the wheel, but it's good to see him back out on track and actually trying his best. He's actually started from pit road, that's why he's so far back. But if there's a caution that comes out, then he'll definitely catch up to the field. Let's go back to Mark Cohen in that 395 machine. About half a second ahead of Nate Katila. Katila has got his mirrors full of Robert Hill Jr., who's the biggest mover right now, as you already said.
Is that how you say it, Cohen?
Cohen, yeah.
Minus the E?
Yeah.
I've always seen Cohen's with an E in there between the H and the N, but all right, good enough.
You see Robert Hill Jr. all over the back of Nate Katila right now. This is the battle for P12. As we've got to change for the lead, actually. Tyler Cox is now in the lead. Joe Bichette up to second and Michael Trevathan in third. So while I was messing around with my sound settings, everything has changed.
That it has. However, we have stayed green the entire time. That has not changed. These guys have done a great job of keeping this thing green, and here lately they've done a good job of that in some of these races.
Going back to my usual capture race. Keep it clean, keep it green, and that's exactly what they're doing here tonight. Let's go to Dylan Vose, all on his own right now actually. He's got a bit of a gap over Carl Frame. Frame got a bit of damage on the right front of his number 57 car, as he's got Austin Marion and Jeff Wubka chasing him down right now.
And you see everybody's starting to get spread out now. That's the tire's starting to fall off. Everybody's got a different percentage on their tire at this point. You're starting to see the differences as the front four really beginning to pull away from everyone else.
Yeah, you see the man in fourth place there, Mr. Brian Littleton, who started up on the pole, fell back gradually and is occupying that fourth spot. It's not too far behind Michael Trevathan though, so still keeping in touch with the top three.
Yeah, top 10 still relatively close to the leader. 11th they're starting to fade now, and 12th on back they're a good 3 to 4 seconds back, so they're losing ground.
Absolutely, and I don't want to.
Yeah, actually, the 12th place is 7.8 seconds back that time around, so they're a little further back than I thought they were.
Yeah, Robert Hill Jr. finally got around Nate Katila, who's just behind there, and he seems to be falling back into the grasp of Jeff Schmidt as well now. Speaking of the devil, here comes Schmidt to the inside of Katila as they come through the tri-oval. Schmidt not able to get the position yet, but Katila got to almost cut his nose off as they go through 1 and 2. Here comes Charlton Sanders as well. He's working on the outside of Jeff Schmidt now. Katila getting into the wall, almost collected Sanders with him. That's going to let Schmidt on the inside of him as they go into turn 3. Side by side.
It's the most exciting racing on the track. 2 rows of side by side right here.
Absolutely. As there goes Schmidt to the inside and he takes away the position finally. It looks like Sanders is trying to go with him. Sanders getting a bit out of shape as he comes back up onto the track from the apron. Not going to take the position away from Katila yet. As Cody McCorkle is right behind them as well. So they've got a nice 4-car battle here for P13. And Skylar Allen just sitting back a couple of car lengths behind, just watching it all unfold in front of him.
Yeah, this is the same pack of guys that have been mixing it up since they dropped the green flag, and this is just what's left of them. There was even more of this group there a few laps ago, but some of them guys have pulled away or faded back, and this is what's left. These 4 are still racing up hard. Everybody else pretty much spread out at this point. And they're closing in on the 67. They're reeling him in, doing a little fishing here, so this has become a 6-car pack. Counting Skylar Allen again.
Yeah, Skylar Allen now on the back of McCorkle. So it's a bit back and forth right now as we're already 20 laps into this thing. Great racing by everybody in this event so far. Tyler Cox still your leader here tonight as he's already almost a second to the good over Joe Bichette. Trevathan in third, Littleton in fourth, Puffenbarger now up to fifth as he's passed Jeremy Rigney in sixth, seventh is Dylan Vose, eighth is Kyle Frame, ninth is Austin Marion right behind him, Jeff Wubka in 10th right behind Marion. Mark Cohen is actually caught up to the back of that pack now, and it's a 4-car battle now, more or less, for the P8 spot. So we've got another little battle brewing up here.
It's good to see that. I hate it when it gets all single file and then just everybody just riding around a big long line. They're definitely not doing that back here in the back. All 6 of these cars are all grouped up right now. And boy, we've had a couple of scary moments. Skylar Allen had a moment just a few minutes ago. Now he's making the move here on the inside of the 393. It's exciting racing back here in the back. Whoa, a little touchy-feely there.
Yeah, Skylar Allen getting a bit out of shape on the apron there. Still able to keep it wound up and right behind Katila. Everybody racing hard in this map, but everybody giving each other so much respect. And that's what I like about this league. It's what I love about a league is that you race each other hard, but you give each other a lot of respect, and that's what we're seeing here tonight.
It looks like Jason Rector is on pit road. Looks like he got in the wall and took a trip out across the grass and currently sitting on pit road. A lap down. About to go 2 laps down.
Let's go back and see what happened to Rector. Rector actually brought it down pit road himself, so let's see what happened.
And he got in the wall once, and then...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It looked like maybe a hardware malfunction or something there. Just he had gotten in the wall once, and then he just veered to the right, hit the wall hard, went through the grass. I don't know what's going on there with that one.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love that grass damage model. I love it. Anyway, let's go back to the battle for P15 now. No, still the battle there. There is Jeff Schmidt. Oh, 3 wide down the backstretch. Oh, Jeff Schmidt actually falling backwards. Something's happened to the 61 there as... It looks like McCorkle's now moved his way to the point. No, McCorkle's in the wall.
Don't tell these guys it ain't a back race.
See Robert Hill Jr. there. He tried to get away from these guys, but they've reeled him back in very quickly. You see Charlton Sanders moving to the inside of McCorkle. McCorkle actually got into the wall through turns 3 and 4, I believe it was, and fell back a bit. But Robert Hill Jr. is still at the head of this pack. They're actually 4 seconds back from Jeff Wubka now. And Mark Cohen, he's actually moved his way past that trio of cars, and he's moved his way up to P8. So Mark Cohen is actually on a charge right now.
Yeah, he is moving up through the field. Just taking a look to see who the biggest mover is, and it is Cohen. He's moved up 8 spots. Started 16th. He's currently 8th.
And he's actually closing in on Dylan Vose ahead of him as well. So Mark Cohen really found something in that car that's actually given him a lot of speed. And you know what? If he keeps up the momentum that he's got right now, we could see him actually challenge for at least a top 5 at this rate.
Yeah, especially, you know, if he's able to take care of the tires. Obviously, he's doing a better job of taking care of the tires as well as he's running all these guys down. So, you know, if this continues to stay green, yeah, you will see the difference over the long haul of this race. We're scheduled for 134 laps, so it's a long way to go as we're coming to lap 28.
Absolutely. Michael Javarthan is in a bit of trouble right now as he's got Brian Littleton closing in on him very quickly. I said before, Littleton was not letting Trevathan get away, and it looks like Littleton is now starting to close in on the number 2 as we are on lap 28, and Littleton deciding now is the time to try and get up to that top 3 spot again. As they're working on they're trying to get around Steve Parks.
I would think we got to be getting close to green flag pit stops probably within the next 7 laps or so, I would think.
Yeah, pretty much.
Lap 35 or so. You might even see guys start coming here soon in the next couple laps, but I would think you'd see the leaders coming by lap 35 or 40.
Absolutely. Trevathan getting around Parks okay. And there goes Littleton into the inside of the 1 to put him a lap down. So maybe starting in the pits was probably not the best strategy for Stephen Parks. But I suppose if you've been away for so long, starting in pit road is the more logical decision if you're, especially if you're a bit rusty behind the wheel.
Hey, he was probably expecting there to be an early caution too, but no early caution as of yet. Coming around a complete lap 30 too, so knocking out a big chunk of this race early on without a caution. Good job to these guys.
Absolutely. Mark Cohen, meanwhile, as in the last couple of laps, has taken a whole second out of Dylan Vose. Yeah, I'm going to stick by my guns here and say Mark Cohen is on a card. He's definitely got a faster car than the 19 right now, and he is closing him down at a rate of knots right now. So back to the battle between these guys. It's whittled out a bit now between these guys. Charlton Sanders is at the front of this pack now, ahead of Robert Hill Jr. Cody McCorkle is there in 14th. Falling a bit away now is Nate Katila, and a bit further behind Nate Katila is Skylar Allen. 3 seconds back from that is Bruce Wright, name we've not mentioned yet tonight, but he's just riding by himself right now and just running his own race at this point.
Well, you knew at some point Sam Tires were going to kick in and that group would eventually get broken up. It was good to see him race for as long as they did, because you saw the rest of the field by lap single file out, so it's good to see at least some action going on and give us a little excitement for the old TV broadcast.
Absolutely. Speaking of excitement, there's a battle brewing between Jeremy Rigney and Dylan Vose. Vose has actually caught up to the back of the 11 now, as it looks like the battle for P6 is underway right now. Dylan Vose not quite getting close enough to the 11 as they make their way through turns 3 and 4. Vose taking a very high line. I'm guessing that's a tie saving strategy. That's a tie saving strategy. It's gotta be.
Yeah, he's just trying to save what he can at this point. I mean, you're 33 laps, 34 laps now into it. I mean, there ain't much left on the tire. That's why I think you'll start seeing some of these guys come soon. Some of these guys may stay out. Cut down on the puffs.
Well, we've already seen one person come down pit road, and that was Jeff Schmidt. He was the first person to blink out of everybody in this race. 1 lap down now, but he's on fresh tyres, and he is absolutely flying now.
Oh, yeah, there'd be an incredible difference. He'll be able to drive right on by people like they're sitting still in a parking lot.
I like that analogy. Cody McCorkle falling back a bit now, as he's now under pressure from Nate Katila. Katila's actually come from nowhere, figuratively speaking, and is now challenging for that P14 spot. There he goes to the inside and takes it away. Katila's not careful. He's going to get crossed over by McCorkle, and McCorkle actually does cross him over and takes that position back. So yeah, this pack might be
sliding up in front of him.
Yeah, this pack might have been broken up, but there's still a couple of them. A couple of them still think they're at war.
Yeah, still mixing it up back here. These three are. Got to be getting close to green flag pit stops, I would think, for some of these guys.
Absolutely. There's nobody else other than Jeff Schmidt has taken us down pit road as yet. As here comes Nate Katila. He's the next man to blink in pit road. I take that back. There is Bruce Wright in pit road. He's just overshot his pit box. But Nate Katila's the next one down pit road now. So it's the guys at the back that are actually making their pit stops first. Which is...
yeah, trying to make up a little bit of time because they figure these guys in the front are going to stay out a little longer. So they're trying to get fresh tires and make some time. It'll all equal out on the back side of it, but you always see the guys in the back wind up pitting first, come in and get tires.
Yeah, Bruce Jones not come out of pit road yet. He's been in there for quite a while. As there he goes now in the 392.
Still no sign of our leader coming to pit road though. Tyler Cox making no hint of coming to pit road.
So here comes their teammate Carl Frame. He's just made his way into his pit box. Jeff Wubka is in as well. So people steadily making their way down, and you are right there. Dylan Vose is in now as well. Joe Bichette, first of the leaders, in now.
That means Tyler will probably be coming soon then.
Oh, Bichette overshot his pit box.
Oh, that'll hurt. Yeah, here comes Tyler. Tyler saw that, and he's coming in right now. Good entry for the 14. That was a late entry, too. He committed to that late. He didn't give that away at all. That was a good job.
Yeah, there is Cox coming down pit road now. Oh, we got Rigney running through the grass. So that's gonna give him a penalty, surely.
Did he continue into the pits?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a penalty. I was going to say, if he kept on going, it won't give him one. But, yeah, if he went into the grass and went on into the pits, that will be a penalty. Here comes Trevathan. He's coming in this time. So everybody pitting now. Nobody's staying out. So it will be a 3-stop race if it stays green the whole way.
Unless your name is Charlton Sanders or Skylar Allen. Because they've both stayed out. And we've seen this before from Skylar Allen. He's stayed out longer than everybody else to try and gain some time. It's bit him on the backside more times than once. So, going with a strategy again, it seems.
Well, he is running towards the tail end of the field, so why not? Why not mix it up a little bit? Maybe he'll get lucky in a caution to come out here, and everybody will have to come back in and get tires after they run a few laps, and then he'll be at the front of the field.
Absolutely. As he is now the leader, he's actually going to get a bonus point for leading a lap, or is he? Because here he comes down pit road now, coming hot. Watch that yellow line. Oh, that might be a penalty.
Killed the cone.
Yeah. It's right.
Cone casualty.
Somebody call the cone police. Anyway,
cone heads.
That's a great movie. I will fight anybody who says otherwise.
Haven't seen that movie in a long time. I love Dan Aykroyd, though. You're talking about Joliet, man. This is the site of one of the best, home of one of the best movie characters of all time, which is Joliet Jake from the Blues Brothers.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I love Chicago.
So Skylar Allen just notified me he's been popped for speeding.
Yeah, he came in pretty hot.
Yeah.
That'll hurt.
Speaking of people who were supposed to get hurt but didn't, Joe Bichette slid through his pit stall, now finds himself back up into P2, so somebody's smiling down on the 41 right now.
Yeah, somebody else had a bad pit stop and he took advantage of it, so it didn't hurt him as bad as you would think it would. Usually that hurts you. It just depends on how quick your reaction time is and how quickly you can get it into the stall once you do overslide the box.
Absolutely. As there is Bichette. He's all on his own right now. Michael Trevathan is back there and he's under pressure again from Brian Littleton, so these guys met up on the same piece of real estate again, and now Brian Littleton is even closer than he was before.
Yeah, Trevathan maybe staying out that extra lap is what hurt him so much. He might have had a bit of a slow stop too, but yeah, he's paying for it right now. Now he's under attack from Littleton. Littleton was your pole sitter, remember?
Yeah. So Littleton knows how to get it done on a short run round here. Not really doing so good on the long runs, but seems to be keeping it wound up this time round as he's still working on the back of the number 2.
I wouldn't call it bad. I mean, he's right there running for 3rd place. That's not too shabby.
Yeah, and he's one of the main guys up in the championship as well. He's up in the top 5, I believe, in the championship. So not too bad of a season there for the number 80 driver.
Yeah, Littleton's actually tied for 3rd right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of one person that's on a charge for the field, there is Mark Cohen. He's made his way up to P6 now, and is chasing down Brandon Puffenbarger for that 5th spot. So
actually, the top 4 right now, Sam, are the top 4 in the point standings.
Oh wow! With Tyler Cox and Joe Bichette switched around, of course.
Yes.
But yeah, there is Mark Cohen.
Actually, Trevathan's in 2nd. Tyler Cox is tied with Littleton for 3rd.
They're back in P7. Austin Marion trying to close him down. Marion having one of the better runs here tonight. usually one of the bad luck kids in this series. Good to see him running strongly in the top 10, and he's 2.5 seconds to the good over Kyle Frame, who I'm guessing stayed in pit road that extra bit longer just to repair that damage to the right front of his car.
And a report from pit road, Justin Rector has officially taken it behind the wall.
So lucky there for Rector as he puts his car, well, he packs his car up for another week. Hopefully we'll see him back next week when we go to Daytona under the lights. That is going to be one hell of an exciting race, I feel.
Yeah, it's quite a drive from Chicago to Daytona. They're getting a beat on traffic.
Oh, yeah.
About the man of the race right now, Sam. Mark Cohn started 16th, currently up to 6th, 1 spot away from the top 5. What a drive for this guy, the man of the race so far.
Yeah, not exactly closing in on Brandon Pufferbagger though right now. But remember what I said earlier in the race, he has got the wheels underneath him to get himself a top 5 here tonight, and it's actually proving me right for a change, which is actually shocking. So
he proved on that last run that he was strong over the course of the entire run, and he was solid about taking care of the tire. So if he does that again here, he may be able to make up some time and eventually reel Pufferbagger in.
Yeah, Pufferbagger. It's back and forth. I'm looking at the time difference between Pufferbagger and Cohen. It's going up and down every lap, so it's hard to tell who is faster than who. Although Cohen is starting to drop back now. The gap now is 6 seconds between Pufferbagger and Cohen. So Pufferbagger looks like he's stretching that lead in that Kyle Larson inspired number 42. I'm guessing that's why he's wearing sorry.
Go ahead, Sam.
I'm guessing that's why he's got the Kyle Larson paint scheme on, is because he's he's got the number 42.
That might have something to do with it. I'm guessing he probably is a Larson fan.
Oh yeah. He's not exactly using the Larson line though, so.
I'm just looking through the rest of the field here, and there's really not a lot of other big movers. Tyler Cox, he's a pretty decent-sized mover tonight. We're used to seeing him start up towards the front, but he started all the way back in 7th tonight. He's leading the race. And Robert Hill Jr., he started 18th. He's up to 12th. Other than that, everybody's pretty much right around where they started.
Meanwhile, we're seeing a battle here between the 18 of Charlton Sanders and the 57 of Kyle Frame. This seems to be the closest battle on track right now. Actually, I take that back. There's a battle between Robert Hill Jr. and Jeff Schmidt going down right now. So let's keep focused in on this battle for the 11th spot. As Robert Hill Jr. has the advantage over Schmidt so far. With it looks like Tyler Cox is starting to close him in. Yeah, he's closing on him, and he's going to be putting a lap on him pretty soon.
Yeah, and the car behind Cox is racing these other 2 guys in front of Cox for position here. So this may allow him to get caught back up here to these 2 guys, and then we'll have a 3-car battle going on here. But Cox is just hoping to get by without any kind of incidents. How many times have we seen it, Sam, where slower traffic winds up taking a leader out?
Yeah, we saw that in Somo back in... Was it back at Phoenix? No.
Stephen Parks fell through.
Oh,
he's
no.
out of the race. I've seen it happen so many times, it's hard to count.
Absolutely.
Oh, and Tyler Cox just hit the wall. He hit it hard, too. That's a good-sized smack right there. He's got some right-side damage now.
So back and watch
that. That could hurt.
Yeah, let's go back and watch that and see what happened to the 14. Yeah, drifted up the wall. Hit the wall very hard. That is going to lose him a ton of time to Joe Bichette now. Actually, I say that he's still actually keeping the gap pretty decent between him and the 41 right now.
Yeah, for right now. He's struggling to get by the 61, though. 61 is giving him a hard time now. Not just giving it to him now.
There he goes by the 61 of Jeff Schmidt. Schmidt now under pressure from Cody McCorkle. As what happened to Dylan Rose?
Parks came back in, so he's trying to see where Parks is. Parks is multiple laps down, so
yeah.
Bose is down there. He's also a lap down there in 17th.
Yeah, that damage on Tyler Cox is starting to hurt him now. Joe Bichette has got the radio call that Tyler Cox has got a damaged car and has now put his foot to the floor, and he's actually gaining time on the 14 now.
Yeah, we're just looking at the split times right now to see how much that's going to hurt him.
Not too much.
No, Joe barely picked up anything there on that lap. Same thing last lap.
He was working his way through lap traffic though, so that might be the reason why. Well, let's go back to Michael Trevathan. We've managed to shake off Brian Littleton. He's actually 2 seconds to the good over the 80 now, so everything's settling down between everybody now. There's actually no battles going on in the field as it stands right now.
Yeah, we're about halfway to the next green flag pit stop. If these guys stay on the same schedule as they kept in the first segment. That time, Joe Burchett took almost 2 full tenths out, so maybe that was the slower traffic that was holding him up. And now Tyler's being held up by the 67, so this might hurt him even more here.
Yeah, but Burchett himself is actually coming up to the back of Elite Katila. So, and Katila's not exactly letting him have it either, so this might lose Burchett a bit of time here as he tries to make his way on the inside of the 393.
But Joe chopped out 3 just that lap, so he doesn't want to give all that back. He's chopped off almost a half a second here in the last couple laps.
So Bichette realising that Tyler Cox is driving a damaged car and is closing in on him steadily. Tyler Cox able to gain a 10th back that time round, but Joe Bichette, when he gets him wound up, he's taking more time of him out of Tyler Cox, and Tyler Cox is gaining on Bichette, so this could get very interesting before the next round of pit stops, you know.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now. If he keeps chopping time out of him like he has been, then Tyler's probably going to get caught before they pit again.
Absolutely, and what we don't want to see...
If not, he'll be right there when it comes to this pit stop. He'll be right there with him.
Yeah, the one thing we don't want to see is contact between these two. Remember what happened at, I believe it was Michigan, between Bichette and Cox. Bichette and Cox actually coming together, and Cox unfortunately having to retire the car, so that's not what we want to see between two teammates. As now Bichette is working on the back of Jeff Schmidt, and the gap is now less than 3.9 seconds now. Make that 3.8 seconds.
Yeah, he's chopped over a second off since Tyler's gotten to the wall.
Brian Littleton, meanwhile, is under pressure now. Brandon Puffenberger has managed to close that gap between himself and the number 80 driver. You can see them there both in your shot as they come down towards turn 3. Littleton seems like he's got a bit better speed in that number 80 car than the 42 driver does, but what can Puffenberger do here as he's trying to get a bit of draft off the back of Littleton as they go into turn 1. Down the backstretch they go, and this is actually the closest battle in the field right now. Joe Bichette,
it's the only battle.
Yeah. Joe Bichette, meanwhile, has got that gap down to 3.5 seconds now, so he is definitely closing in on that number 14.
Definitely. He's coming.
I reckon he should borrow Keith Mayato's nickname for tonight.
Nah, that's gimmick infringement. You should know better than that, Sam.
Anybody with a wrestling brain does that, definitely know that, yeah.
Exactly.
Good old wrestling.
Can't be infringing on no one's gimmick. Because that is gimmick infringement. And you will get called out on it, trust me.
Or if you're in WWE, you'll end up going to wrestler's court.
Yeah. Only the real diehards know what wrestler's court is.
Yeah, and we know who administrates those sessions.
Used to. Not no more. You're not in the locker room no more.
Well, not full time anyway.
No. And they thought he was going to retire in Orlando.
Ah!
I didn't buy it either. I said, I'm not buying it. He's still walking.
He's still the dead man walking.
If they would let Flair climb in the ring, Flair would climb in the ring like anytime. He'd be, I'm ready. And he's how old? 70? And almost died last year.
Yeah. But yeah, you really think a hip replacement was really going to stop him from wrestling?
No.
Mr. Calloway's got a bit more determination than that. We're still watching
Them paychecks probably got something to do with it too.
Yeah.
And one time off, he ain't getting 50 grand for showing up. He's getting 7 figures.
Oh yeah, he's one of the most he is the most recognizable wrestling talent of all time. So
one of them.
Yeah. And his next fight will actually be in Australia.
I personally think Hogan's the biggest. I think Hogan's had more of a global, worldwide impact than anybody.
Yeah. If it wasn't for that whole incident with him being a bit racist, then yeah.
Oh, he's done all kinds of shit since he got out of wrestling. That he's tarnished his name, but just the wrestling character itself is what I'm just referring to.
Oh yeah.
The marketing of Hulk Hogan. I mean, that's a marketing monster. He marketed that before marketing and wrestling was huge. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He's the reason why they had marketing.
The whole him versus Andre the Giant thing, yeah.
Yep. And Hulkamania just took off. Brother.
Yeah. Speaking of epic battles, we're still watching the battle between Littleton and Puffenbarger. They now have Nate Katila in between them. So Katila might actually be a factor here to see if Puffenbarger can get around Littleton. Puffenbarger actually staying in Katila's draft, and it's actually getting a better run through 3 and 4. And it's actually side by side with the 80 now.
Yeah, trying to use him as kind of like a pick, but in like reverse fashion.
Absolutely. Come towards turn 1, still side by side. Nobody bringing it down pit road yet, though, Scott. I'm kind of surprised about that.
Ooh, 3 wide here. Oh,
but Puffenbarger,
he's gonna get the pass.
Yeah, and he gets it. Brilliant move there by Puffenbarger, using Nate Katila as a pick and making the move possible on the outside. It's a great move there by the 42. And now Puffenbarger is up to P4. He's quite a way. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
He's quite a ways behind Trevathan though, so he's going to have a bit of an uphill battle to close down 3.5 seconds. But speaking of closing down, Joe Burchett has now got the gap between him and Tyler Cox down to 2.3 seconds.
Yeah, that damage is going to appear to be fatal for Tyler Cox if this thing stays green, because he's not going to be able to sit there and get any of it fixed, and it's clearly slowing him down.
Yeah, Burchett is just passing cars like he's standing still. Burchett is driving like a man possessed right now to try and get up to his teammate and hopefully put a pass on him. But as we always say, catching is one thing, passing is definitely another. But with a wounded car, Tyler Cox can not really defend much, can he?
No, not at this point. Not if it stays green, because like I said, he can't sit there and get anything fixed because it's green flag conditions, and you don't dare sit there and get damage fixed under green flag if you want to stay in a competitive fight. So he's pretty much hampered. He just had to run with what he's got and hope for the caution where he can get some of that damage fixed.
Absolutely. Jeff Wubka just come out of pit road, so green flag pit stops are starting now. The first person to actually pit was Jeff Schmidt. He's already 10 laps into his run, so we missed that one. But Jeff Wubka, the first of the mid-runners to take it down pit road. So same sequence as before. The back markers to the mid-runners taking it down pit road first, and then the leaders will follow shortly afterwards.
Yeah, I think we'll see Tyler Cox come pretty soon. But then again, you know, he pitted on lap 40 in the first stint. If he pits on lap 40 again here, that puts him in lap 80. Boy, that leaves him a lot of laps to finish this race. And, you know, he's going 40 laps, and he's going to make, you know, another 13, 14 laps on top of it.
Yeah, and Bichette's got that gap down to 1.8 seconds now, so he's taken another half a second out of Tyler Cox's time lead. So Tyler Cox is in definite trouble here, and this next pit stop could really be the final nail in the coffin for him if he decides to stay in and fix that damage.
Yeah, it's a sinking ship right now, but only in the sense of the wind. I mean, here he comes. Yep, coming in now. Oh! Oh, and he's probably going to get a penalty. He just killed the cone, too. Burchett come in with him. That's the second casualty of cones that we've had this evening.
Well, let's keep an eye on Tyler Cox and see if that really is the case, as we see Robert Hill Jr. just leaving his pit box. Nate Katila leaving his pit box as well. So green flag pit stops are underway here at Chicagoland. There goes Bichette just getting into his box rather gingerly this time. Doesn't want to make the same mistake.
Yeah, you didn't want to. No. You learn. Cox down on the way. Pretty quick pit stop.
Question is
Bichette's down on the way.
Is that damage going to hurt Cox, as Bichette's going to be coming out of pit road right behind him this time? Or not right behind him, he's 3 seconds back, but...
So he picked up some time there.
So Tyler Cox not getting a penalty, so very lucky man in that number 14
Definitely.
machine.
Very, very lucky.
Brian Littleton now in his pit store, as well as Brandon Puffenbarger. So the two guys that were battling before in pit road together, as here comes Trevathan now. See what Trevathan can do here. He's not going to come back out in the lead, we know that. There goes Mark Cohen.
No, we saw how much time it cost him the first time he stayed out longer. Now he stayed out longer again, so. Didn't stay out too much longer, though. You didn't see him staying out there.
There goes Tyler Cox. Back to the point goes the 14. Question again is how much longer, because Joe Bichette will be trying to reel him back in again as we move towards the next round of green flag pit stops in about 40 laps time.
But smooth sailing for Burchett. There's no cars in between them, so there ain't gonna be nobody slowing him down right now. That could change by the time he gets to him, but right now Tyler Cox doing a good job so far, still maintaining the lead. I thought he would have given it up by now, but not yet.
Only time will tell, as they say. So Trevathan coming back out in third place, just ahead of Brandon Puffenbarger. Puffenbarger still unable to get away from Brian Littleton, as those two are practically joined at the hip right now, as they're still together on track. And you know what?
And just what's that?
We're past halfway now, so I'm going to say it. I'm very proud of these guys.
That's a pretty awesome race, isn't it? They've done a hell of a job tonight to keep this thing green flag the whole way, folks. If you're just tuning in, we have not had a caution yet tonight. Scheduled for 134, and we're working lap 84. So 50 to go when this one's in the books here. And we have yet to have a caution.
Yeah. Tyler Cox and Joe Burchett pitted 3 laps ago. And already Joe Burchett has taken a second out of his lead.
Yeah, he's coming.
So expect a battle for the lead very soon, as the gap now is down to 2.3 seconds between Burchett and Cox. Let's go back further into the field as we're going to see a battle here. Well, with the lap down cars. Nate Katina.
Might as well call him. Oh, Tyler in the wall again there.
And not just that, Nate Katina hitting the wall hard as well. Let's go back and see that. He was trying to chase down Robert Hill Jr. And he just drifted up into the wall, hit the wall hard, lost the back end of the car, luckily managed to save it. So good save by Katina, but that damage is going to hurt him as well. But like you said, Tyler Cox, yeah, getting into the wall again.
Wasn't too bad. It was just a light little contact.
But still, he's
using up all the track.
He's actually wringing that car's neck to try and get it around the track now, though.
Trying to squeeze all the speed out of it he can right now. Now there is a car in between him and Joe Burchett.
Yeah, that would be Skylar Allen. And he's actually a teammate, so Skylar Allen will just let them by. I'm not sure what happened. Oh, yeah, Skylar Allen got the speeding penalty, so that's why he's 2 laps down. Yeah, everything really going well here tonight. We've only got 7 cars left on the lead lap. Jeff Wopke right there in the 09. He is the last driver on the lead lap. And running all by himself right now.
Well, he won't be by himself for very long because the leaders are right behind him. He'll be going a lap down next.
Absolutely.
Then our biggest mover of the race is next. Mark Cohen started 16th, running 6th, but he's in danger of going a lap down soon too.
Yeah, and he's 9 seconds off the pace from Brian Littleton. But still, great run there for Cohen. I mean, started where he did start. Started 16th, has moved his way up to P6. I mean, that is one hell of a run there for the 395.
Yes, sir. And we're not done yet. Anything can still happen. Still a long way to go in this race.
I mean, God forbid we should still actually have a caution as well. So
that's what I'm saying. Anything could happen. It usually does happen.
Oh, yeah. The gap now between Joe Burchett and Tyler Cox now 1.7 seconds. It's coming down even more. So Tyler Cox is wringing that car's neck, but it's not helping him one little bit. Skylar Allen actually let Joe Burchett by in the end. Actually, Skylar Allen got around Tyler Cox, so Skylar Allen actually on a charge now. He's actually only 1 lap down now.
Yeah, he's got obviously better tires.
He's only got 5 laps on his tyres, so I'm guessing he's not long been in. So good to see Skylar actually getting to speed underneath him, as he's only 5 seconds back from Dylan Vose. So Skylar Allen is looking to close that gap between him and the 19. Joe Burchett, the gap between him and Tyler Cox is still holding at 1.7 seconds. So, made that 1.6 seconds now. Burchett has decided he wants to close the gap even more now. So,
just slowly eating out of it. It's taking him longer than I anticipated it would for him to get there, but he's going to get there eventually. Right now, the 14 trying to deal with slower traffic here as he's about to put Whoopker a lap down.
Is Whoopker going to let him go? Yes, he does. Whoopker takes the high line. Oh, he's sliding up the track. This could end in tears.
None.
Burchett took 0.4 of a second out of Tyler Cox in that one corner alone. So that little slide job that Tyler Cox made there really hurting him, and his lead has now been whittled down to 1.2 seconds. And this
Now Tyler's hoping that Whoopker does the same thing back here to Joe.
absolutely.
Slows him down a little bit. Get that time back.
You can actually see Bichette and Cox in the same frame there. You just saw it there. There goes Bichette on your infield there. Is watching Tyler Cox make his way through turn 2.
No, I'm thinking that they're going to go the rest of the way here. I don't think that they're going to pit again. They might for tires, but I'm thinking that Tyler's going to try to take this the rest of the way. He's got the fuel.
I'm guessing fuel is about 40 laps, so it might be a bit touch and go.
Well, actually, maybe not. They're running a 70% load, so he won't be able to make it to the end. He will have to pit again.
Yeah, we've not seen the money stop here. As now the gap is 1 second between Bichette and Cox. Although Bichette seems to be struggling to get around Jeff Wubka right now.
Yep, same thing's happening to him. Costing him time. Man, that can be frustrating, man. That'll upset you.
There goes Bichette to the inside of Wubka now. Wubka keeping it wound up on the high side, so he's not going to give it to him that easily.
Just costing him time right now. Watching the 14 stretch away again. Wow.
As there he goes.
Now
Bichette,
he's getting out of the way.
yeah, Bichette finally gets around Wubka. And now the chase is on between Cox and Bichette. The gap now 9/10 of a second between the 14 and the 41, and you can see it when they come on the backstretch. You see Bichette there. There is Bichette just right behind Cox. But there's Cox. There's Bichette right behind him now. The gap 8/10 of a second, so it's getting smaller and smaller.
I can only imagine the feeling that Tyler Cox has had for the last little bit now, knowing that this was going to eventually happen, that Joe would eventually get to him. When he had the race won, he was pulling away. He had a great thing going. He just hammered the wall one time coming out of the corner. And it was hard enough to cause a lot of damage to the car and slow him down. So now he's known this for the last 40 laps or so, that this moment is about to happen, and here it is.
Yeah, and that's all it takes in these kind of races. I mean, one touch of the wall, and that can really ruin your race. And well, it's not ruined Tyler Cox's race, but he would really want to come away with this with a win. But with the damage on the car that he's got on his car, as Jeff Schmidt is coming out of pit road, I'm wondering if yeah, he really wants a win here tonight, Tyler Cox, to make it two in a row. But with the damage on his car, Joe Bichette is just going to breeze on by him. As look at the gap now between the 14 and the 41. They are both in the same shot. You can see it right there as they come across the line to start lap 100 of 134. And let the battle commence. Oh, there's Cox!
Tyler just killed the wall. Out across the grass, he's going to kill the inside wall, and that's definitely going to do it. When it rains, it pours, and that's what I was talking about, Sam. He'd been thinking about it for a little while. He's obviously thinking about it right there, and there's the result.
Absolutely, and big upset there for Tyler Cox. Being put under pressure by his own teammate, and unfortunately cracking under the pressure, hitting the wall and destroying his car. As soon as he hit that inside wall, he pressed the good old Alt F4 buttons. So,
getting a beat on traffic, getting out of here. He's seen enough. Probably disgusted.
He might catch the Cubs losing in time.
Yeah, they losing. Sounds like the Cubs. Except for 2016, they didn't lose that year. But I was alive to see it.
Yeah, they broke the curse, didn't they? So
sure as hell did. Long time coming, my friend. Long time coming.
Wasn't that the what? Did it have something to do with the goat? If I remember right.
Yep, curse of the Billy Goat. It was a stupid curse. I didn't necessarily ever believe in it, but Boy, let me tell you what, along the way, they made some blunders that made you think about it, that's for sure. The 2003 one, I went to the Marlins Cup Series down here in Miami, so I kind of experienced it firsthand. Everything was looking dandy going back to Wrigley Field. They were up 3-2. All they had to do was win one at Wrigley, and both games, 6 and 7, were there. Anyone that knows who Steve Bartman is knows how that all went down. And Bartman, it wasn't Bartman's fault at all, but he wound up being the scapegoat for all that. Wow. But now we can forget about Bartman now. Hell, it don't matter now. Cubs were world champions in 2016, so good deal.
Although they've not had the same luck since, so...
They're doing all right this year. They're right there. They're in the mix of everything. I just looked at the standings. What was it yesterday? And they're right there. So they're by no means out of it.
Are they doing better than the White Sox, though? That's the question.
I don't know. I can't remember where the White Sox were. The White Sox? That's how you say that.
The White Sox.
There you go. There you go.
Like the Red Sox. There
you go. That too. Get some hate on that one, won't we?
And the New York Yankees.
No comment.
Well, we're just watching a battle here between Carl Frame and Charlton Sanders for that number 7 spot. Frame has the advantage right now.
Catila coming to pit road, so we may be seeing the start of the last of the pit stops.
Well, Schmidt's already been down, and he's passing people like the left standing still in the parking lot, as you've already mentioned tonight.
Yeah, he's been first one pitting all night long. He did that early on and has continued to do that all night. That's been his theme.
The fact that he's pitted already 7 laps ago means he will be able to make it to the end, but is way too far back to even think of mounting a challenge on any kind of the leaders, as there's only 5 cars left on the lead lap. Mark Cohen
will be ancient tires by the time he gets to the end.
Yeah, Mark Cohen is in the top 5, Scott.
Right on, man. He's had a hell of a night starting back there in 16th. Tyler going out of the race put him in the top 5, so that's a great job by him. I'm sure he's tickled by that. I'm sure he hates to see Tyler go out the way he did, but for him to benefit, move into that top 5 spot, that feels better than 6th. Let me tell you what, there's a big difference in running 5th and running 6th. There ain't much, but it just feels different.
That's why I was so happy when I got the top 5 at Brands Hatch. Because
yeah, I get it.
Truax was so far ahead of me I could never catch him, but then he had that incident and I was like, yes, top 5.
And we have just had our 3rd cone casualty of the night. Bruce Wright, the 3rd, kills the 3rd cone of the night. How ironic is that, Sam?
Yeah, and Trevathan's in. Trevathan, the first of the leaders to blink here tonight, as he's usually one of the last drivers to go in, but he's the first one this time round.
Skylar Allen pulling down on the way. He's got 4 Mr. Feelgoods and some petrol. Looking for the end of this race as they have been caution-free. Hell of a race by these guys here at the Go Fast Racing League here tonight.
Absolutely. It's been a great race here at Chicagoland. Just watching Michael Trevathan leaving pit road right now. Brandon Puffenbarger is the next one in that Credit 1 number 42. Oh my god. Credit 1 number 42. Yeah, okay. Carl Larson, you're a funny guy.
Whole bunch of guys coming to pit road now. Burchett's on pit road.
Littleton's in as well.
Littleton, yeah. Skylar Allen back on pit road. Maybe he left pit road a little too fast last time he was on pit road because he's back.
Well, let's find out.
That's not a stop and go. Interesting. He's just sitting there. 395's on pit road. That would be Mark Cohen. Biggest mover of the race tonight. There goes Skyler rolling away now, but yeah, I don't know what that was all about, because normally if you get caught coming out, it would just be a stop and go, come back in, sit for a second or two, and then they let you go. But boy, he sat there a long time.
Yeah, that was a 15-second penalty. I'm not sure what for. Possibly speeding in pit road, because it looks like he did accelerate it just before the commitment line when he left.
Maybe he got one coming in too when he come back in. I've done that. You get a black flag going up, be pissed off, come back in, get one coming back in because you were just coming in too hot.
Meanwhile, Jeff Webker, the next one to make his way down pit road. He is going to be the last one on pit road by the looks of things. So everybody has made their money stop now. Except for Carl Frame, who, even though he stayed out, has not been able to pass Joe Bichette. So, yeah. That's just showing you how fast Joe Bichette can go.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't do what Tyler Cox did, this is his race to lose right now.
Oh, Trevathan almost getting it all wrong there, coming through turn 2. And getting into the back of Carl Frame. Carl Frame on older tyres, really holding up the number 2 there. And it almost ended in disaster for those two drivers just then.
Thankfully it didn't. We're still green. Everybody's still good, so.
The gap between Trevathan and Joe Bichette now is 9 seconds, 9.5 seconds. And with 22 laps to go, Trevathan, I don't know, Joe Bichette's just been on another planet compared to everybody else tonight.
Yeah, call him Bruschetti, because that's all he's been doing, chopping time tonight.
Bichette puts a lap on Austin Marion. So 21 laps to go. Not really anything exciting to tell you about tonight other than the fact that we did have that nice little chase down between Bichette and Cox. Bichette did get to the back of Tyler Cox. If you're just joining us, just letting you know what happened so far in the race. Bichette did get to the back of Tyler Cox, but unfortunately Cox cracked under pressure and basically put it in the wall, and that ended his night, Scott.
Yeah, that's a guy that's won the most races. He's won 5 of them this season. It's still kind of shocking that happened to him, that he made that mistake. But everybody's human, even these aliens on here. Every once in a while, they'll show you they're human too. They bleed red as well.
Yeah.
I tell you what, there's somebody we haven't really talked about tonight, and that's the 302, Cody McCorkle. Started 17th. He's now your biggest mover of the race. He's moved up 10 spots, and he's snuck into that top 10 running 7th. What a run for him tonight.
Yeah, and he's just ahead of Mark Cohen. Something must have happened to Cohen in pit road because he's dropped back. Actually, no, he's not long been down pit road, so
he stayed out there longer than a lot of guys did.
Yeah. But Cody McCorkle, Charlton Sanders, and Kyle Frame have all been out. Have all stayed out, and I really hope this isn't the case. But it looks like they're going to try and make it to the end.
Could be, but 70% fuel. It's going to be close.
Brian Littleton just passed him like he wasn't even there. So Carl Frame demoted down to P5. He is the last driver in the top 5. Charlton Sanders there. Sorry.
And Cohen has gotten by McCorkle as McCorkle goes back to 8th. Last car in a lead lap. In danger of going a lap down, and he does go a lap down now. He has actually just gone a lap down. Mark Cohen, the next one in line to go a lap down to Joe Bichette.
Yeah, Bichette just got to cruise it to the end at this point, as he's already gained 2 seconds over Michael Trevathan to make the gap now 11 seconds between the 41 and the 2.
Here comes McCorkle. He's coming to pit road.
And it looks like Carl Frame and Charlton Sanders are both in pit road as well. Oh, Sanders really badly overslept his pit stop.
Yeah, that'll kill him. Wow.
He went right through his pit stall. Do you think he was doing the All-Star race the way he went into his pit box then? Anyway.
Looks like Bruce Wright III's coming back to pit road for some reason. Good news is he didn't kill the 4th cone of the night coming in. Running out of cones down there on pit road, folks.
We will spare a thought for those cones.
We haven't had no crashes tonight, so we've got to at least count something.
We've had one crash, but it didn't bring out a caution.
True. It was a good one too. At least it was a good crash.
Absolutely. There goes Joe Bichette. We've got 14 laps to go here at Chicagoland. Since Tyler Cox put his car behind the wall, Joe Bichette has been absolutely dominant here at Joliet, Illinois. But still, 14 laps to go. Anything could still happen at this point in the race.
Drinks around me over at the House of Blues after the race, Sam.
Bruce Jones. Bruce Wright, sorry. Bruce Wright coming back out of pit road. I heard somebody slide in then. No, I was wrong. But yeah, Mark Cohen back up to the top 5 again after those 3 guys pitted, so he's back into the biggest mover spot.
Yeah, he's about to go a lap down. It's crazy. We're going to have 4 guys left on the lead lap after he goes a lap down. Looks like we'll finish with 4 guys on the lead lap.
Well, the way Joe Bichette's driving, I wouldn't be surprised if he caught up to Brian Littleton and passed him, though.
I don't know. He's a long way up the road. That's like 10 seconds up the road. I don't think he's going to get to him in 13 laps. Littleton would have to be up there just listening to the radio, you know, snoozing.
There goes Cohen to the inside of Nate Katila. Cody McCorkle has put his car behind the wall. Not sure what's happened to the number 302.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, he's there. He's there. He just blinked out for a long time.
I was going to say, that sucks. We were just talking about it.
Yeah. So we do still have 17 cars still running. We have only had 3 retirements and 1 non-starter. So that is... Actually, no. Eric Minch did start the race. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Just pointing. Rector was the first one out. Then Stephen Parks had all kinds of connection problems. Then the guy that led the most laps of the night and dominated the race, Tyler Cox, he's won the most races during the season. Just got into the wall about halfway through the race, damaged the car, and then eventually Bichette caught up, and then he was looking in his rear view, and man, he took a ride down below that grass and hit that inside wall, and that was all for the 14.
Still watching Cody McCorkle there, sitting in P12 right now. Good 4 seconds to the good over Dylan Vose, who's back in 13th place. Closest battle on the field right now, though, is Jeff Schmidt versus Robert Hill Jr. for that number 10 spot. The last spot in the top 10, as there goes Robert Hill Jr. to the inside of Schmidt. And Robert Hill Jr. promotes himself up to the P10 as... Oh! Katila's in the wall. Katila trying to get out of the way, but unfortunately put himself in the wall. So unfortunate there for the driver of the 393. But Robbie
they don't want to see the caution now.
No, not now. Especially Joe Bichette after the dominant performance he's put on tonight. The last thing he wants to see right now, unless it's 5 to go, is the caution.
Yeah, tell me about it. That's what I was saying Wednesday night. I want to see no cautions, and then what happens, the caution comes out. And it was because of your unfortunate crash that you had there, man. That was when you crashed there at the end.
Yeah. I was trying to let Rick Raven by.
I didn't want to see that caution, Sam. Why'd you have to bring the caution out?
I was just letting somebody by. I didn't see the wall.
I know, I saw it.
I don't know what happened. Usually when you hit the wall, it destroys your suspension. I wasn't expecting to flip like that. That was just,
yeah, that was pretty wild. It just sucked you right into the wall. I saw it.
Yeah. Although I did get 10 points for the wall ride, like X Games style.
When I saw it was you, I was like, "Are you kidding? I can't let him get away with that. I'm gonna have to say something to him on the broadcast." I had it for the fuel, man. I was sitting pretty. Justin was going to have to pit. Ronnie was almost out of fuel when I was riding behind him. So, and Ronnie was actually getting me to the end. When I come out, I told Paul when I pitted, I was like, when I come out, man, I got to find an angel on my shoulder. And he goes, what are you talking about? I was like, it's Ronnie Osmer. I was like, here he comes, the angel on my shoulder. I was like, I needed somebody to draft off for a little while longer to save a lap. And
Tyler Vickery's drive for glory near the end as well.
Yeah, I felt it. Trust me. He did everything he could to make sure he let me know he was there.
And he led
a hell of a run.
Yeah, he led a lap
Yeah,
as well.
He did good. Had to remind him, just take a deep breath there, Tyler.
You should have heard Nate, because Nate was spotting for him at the time, and he was just going absolutely insane.
That's funny.
But anyway, we are 4 laps to go here at Chicagoland. The man you're seeing on your screen has absolutely dominated since his teammate unfortunately put his car behind the wall. Joe Bichette has not looked back ever since, and is now 12.5 seconds to the good over the next car behind him. That's Mike Trevarthen. They're just about to put another lap on Nate Katila. Brandon Puffenbarger is going to come home for 3rd place, so that's a great result there for the number 42 driver. With 3 laps to go, so if a flag comes out, that ends it.
Yep, we are in that window now. I don't think we're going to get one, though. I think we're going to finish this thing out. We got 2 laps to go. We've been caution-free all night long. I don't think the flag man wants to throw one now. I think he's going by golf rules tonight.
Yeah, and league owner Skylar Allen, he's going to be sitting, he's going to be like a proud father at the end of this race, seeing this race go caution-free.
Yeah, they've had some good races this season. These guys know how to run here on Friday nights.
Absolutely is. There goes Joe Bichette through turn 4 now as he makes his way towards the line. The white flag is out this time round. And like I said before, absolute dominance here from the driver of the number 41. Led this thing from the point, well, actually did everything he can to chase down the wounded teammate known as Tyler Cox. Managed to chase him down, but when he got to the back of him, Tyler Cox made the mistake and terminally destroyed his car, and that helped Joe Bichette, and he's not looked back ever since as he comes out of turn 4. Joe Bichette is a winner here at Chicagoland, and he crosses the line.
Hell of a job by the 41 tonight. Great job. Never gave up. Found out that his teammate had some damage, wound up stalking him down, got in his head, and wound up getting the lead and driving off to the victory. Good job, 41. Joe Bichette, your winner tonight here at Chicagoland.
Absolutely. Here Arthur's going to come home for 2nd place. Brandon Puffenbarger, a great 3rd place for him. Brian Littleton 4th. Mark Cohen, a great P5 for him. What a result there for the 395. Your biggest mover here tonight in that Toyota Camry. My driver of the night, obviously.
I'll interview 2nd place if you want to start with 3rd, Sammy.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm trying here. Team speak, damn thing.
Right, I'm just gonna. It's alright. Don't interview yet. I just want to take a. Nope.
Brandon's right below us whenever you're ready for him.
Okay, I'll bring him up in a second. Okay, and now we are going to go to our interviews as I've just got a decent enough shot of. No, I didn't want to see that. No, wait, I'm doing something. Just give me a second. I'm breaking down. Things are going wrong.
Technical difficulties, folks. Bear with us.
No, I pressed the graphic that I shouldn't press on the overlay. So yeah.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, that one. Anyway, let's go and bring Brandon Puffenbarger into the broadcast booth as he is with us right now. Brandon Puffenbarger battling all night long with the number 80 of Brian Littleton, coming home the victor in that battle, but got to be happy with the 3rd place, especially with the race going caution-free.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid race all around. Battling with Brian for the most part all night was pretty fun. just nice, clean battle between the both of us.
Absolutely, and promoted up to third place in the most unfortunate of circumstances with Tyler Cox taking his car behind the wall. And you were running up in the top 5 for most of the night. Do you think you had a car for a top 3, or was it just going to be latter half of the top 5 and just battle it out in that little pack there?
I think I had a top 3 car. I was catching Michael and Joe and Tyler towards the end of the run, but we had to pit so soon, so I couldn't really gain up as much ground as I would like. But I feel like I did have a top 3 car. If I would have got to Michael, I think I could have battled him and tried to beat him for third if Tyler didn't have his accident or whatever happened to Tyler during the race.
Absolutely. As well, congratulations on the third place, Brandon, as that is probably a result you've been looking for a long time, especially after missing a few races this season. Looking ahead to next week, we go to Daytona under the lights. What are your thoughts going into that race?
I like some Daytona and Talladega, so I'm ready for that. Pretty sure a couple of my teammates will be running with me, so it should be a blast.
Absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on the podium here tonight. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for that result?
I'd like to thank my teammates, Skylar, and all the admins for putting on this show. You guys for broadcasting. When I haven't raced, I watch the broadcast, and I think you guys do an excellent job for us and all your other leagues you do.
Well, thank you, Brandon, and congratulations one more time, and we will see you next week at Daytona.
Thank you.
Channel switched. User was moved out of your channel.
I switched myself. Anyway, joining us
User was moved out of your channel.
Joining us in the booth now. Well, is Mike Trevathan, and I believe you're with him right now, Scott.
Yes, sir, Sam. Mr. Trevathan, you got a copy?
What's up, Scott?
Well, what's up with you, man? You had a hell of a run out there tonight. Wound up coming home second place tonight. You come in tonight second in the points, finish second place. You got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good clean race. Just couldn't reel Joe in there. He was definitely had the car to beat. Thought I was reeling him in there on that second green flag stop, and then he just walked away again. So, like I said, happy with the second here. Can't seem to gain any ground on Joe in the points there. Not letting him get too far up there, but yeah, like I said, I'm happy with it.
What'd you think of the fact the whole race went green or went caution free and went green the whole way?
Yeah, I like the caution-free races. Like I said, definitely you have to use a little bit of strategy there, especially, you know, you had to have 2 full tanks plus the splash. So, you know, everybody was kind of on a different strategy and trying different things. Adds a different mix than, you know, everybody having fresh tires and packing the field back up. So hats off to Joe and Overtake Motorsports for another win. And like I said, we'll try it again next weekend.
You excited about next week at Daytona, Lumen?
You know, Daytona and Talladega, man, it's a crapshoot. So, like,
sure is.
It can be a lot of fun, or you could end up on the hook. So, yeah, like I said, fun to race there, but could also be a disastrous for the points night. So, you know, it's feast or famine there.
Well, tonight was a good points night. You got anybody you want to thank for this second place run that you had here tonight in Chicago?
Yeah, definitely hats off to you guys in the broadcast booth for everything you guys do. Skylar and the admins at Go Fast Racing League, Metalhead Motorsports, you know, teammates there. Like I said, we put some seat time in to try to click off some good races here and talk to you guys next week.
All right, man. Well, good luck at the beach next week. I wish you the best, man. I do know how the races go, and you're right. Anything and everything usually happens.
All right, fellas. Have a good night.
Take it easy, Mike. Sam.
And that was our second place finisher, Mr. Mike Trevathan.
User was moved out of your channel.
As joining us in the booth
User
now
was
is
moved to
our
your
winner
channel.
here tonight. Joe, been on the back foot with your teammate Tyler Cox for most of the night, but as soon as that car got wounded, you seemed to put your foot to the floor and really closed in on him. Just talk us through that and talk us through the incident that happened after that.
Just, it definitely, up until that point, Tyler definitely was the car to beat. I didn't have anything for him. He kind of let me know that he had gotten into the wall once. It kind of allowed me to close back up on him slightly. And just, unfortunately, I think after the second pit stop, he just got tight, I think, coming out of 2 and clipped the wall, and he just wasn't able to save it going down into the grass. So, unfortunate night for him. But glad I was able to be running second and still, be able to pick up the win for overtake.
Absolutely. And once Tyler Cox was out of the equation there, and he unfortunately put his car behind the wall, all you had to do was just look forward and not back, because you absolutely dominated the proceedings from then on forward. Was it just a case of keeping it on the track and just getting it to the end, or were you worried that something might go wrong, or would somebody catch you?
I knew on that second run, Mike definitely found something and was running me down, and then I think we just timed the pit stop perfect and was able to get in and out, and kind of got a pretty decent gap on him. That third run, he wasn't really able to close any, and then on that final pit stop, I came in I think after him, and it didn't seem like pitting before really helped, so it kind of worked to my advantage to kind of keep that big margin, and then just it was just hit your marks each corner and bring it home. Glad to see it run caution free. I think if we'd have gotten a caution there, he probably had something for me. He seemed to be pretty good on the short run, so just I guess by luck, he was able to run my way tonight. But this league, these guys, anybody can win any given night.
Well, wins are one thing, but points leads are another. And with tonight's win, you do extend your points lead in the standings over Mike Trevathan, who actually finished second behind you, and over Tyler Cox as well. So, I mean, you've got to be excited going as with the chase coming closer that you're going to have that advantage going into the chase, right?
Yeah, not really looking as much at the actual points lead and points. Just trying to get as many wins to kind of rack up the bonus points to give me a little bit of a head start in the chase. I know Tyler's got, I think now 1 more win than me so far for the year. So just trying to keep this 41 Swamp Dust Camaro up front and try to get as many wins here as we can before the chase.
Absolutely. And look, speaking of looking for wins, I mean, next week we go under the lights at Daytona. Give us your thoughts on that track and what do you think you have for these guys when we go there next week?
Daytona's pretty much a crapshoot. I think anybody can go in there and win. It's one of those. It's not going to be a sole driver in his own hands bringing home the victory. He's going to have some help. So. Hopefully we have a strong showing from all the guys over at Overtake. I know we'll have several guys in the field next week for that one, and hopefully we can get another Overtake victory at Daytona.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on your win here tonight, Joe. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's result?
I just thank you guys for coming on doing the broadcast every week. Thank Skylar and all the admins over at GoFast for putting on an awesome league. Thank all my boys over at Overtake Motorsports for helping me out and helping each other out each week to get prepared for all these races. And I just want to thank my personal sponsor, Swamp Dust Seasoning, for all that they do for me. And I just want to give one special shout out to my co-team owner, Adam Chapman. I know you're going through a lot right now, but we're thinking about you, buddy.
Absolutely. Well, one more time, congratulations on the victory here tonight, Joe, and we will see you next week under the lights at Daytona.
Thank you, guys.
Good win, Joe. That was number 14 for you, buddy. Good job.
Thank you.
Well, that is going to be the interviews with the top 3 over and done with. Now, let's have a word with 2 drivers that are actually waiting in the waiting room. Just going to speak to...
User was moved out of your channel.
Going to speak to Skylar Allen.
User was moved to your channel.
The man that was my driver of the night, Mr. Mark Cohen. Guys, firstly going to you, Skylar. You must be like a proud father right now seeing that race go caution free, right?
Well, do you want the honest answer? No. I needed cautions, man. I couldn't keep my foot off the gas pedal getting on the pit road. I don't know why. Struggled with pit entry all night. So I needed cautions to try and catch up, and unfortunately I didn't get them. So, but it is fantastic when we can go caution free for 134 laps. So great job by all the guys that came out tonight. Heck of a turnout and a heck of a race by everybody to get to spend all 134 laps caution free.
Well, I did want to bring that up, Skylar, because it's one thing getting popped for speeding once, but twice. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to figure out how to turn the indicators, on-screen indicators back on. I normally do it just by, I guess I normally just do it old school NASCAR way. They don't have a speedometer in there, so I have all that turned off. It sounds like for tomorrow night's Cup race, I'm going to have to go ahead and turn all that back on.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, Skylar, I mean, from a admin point of view, you've got to have enjoyed that race, especially, like you said, with the race going caution-free. Next week, we're going to Daytona. What are your thoughts on that track? And do you reckon we're going to have more of the same there?
It's probably going to be quite the opposite next week. I think our caution count will probably be a little high just because these cars, as we learned earlier this year, in a draft, when you're bump drafting, if you don't hit them just right, you're going to hook a guy in front of you. And so I think we're going to run into some problems with that. But who knows? We've done Daytona caution-free before. Or, well, it wasn't caution-free. I think we had 1 caution with 2 to go, one race. So it can be done. And if anybody can do it, it's the guys at Go Fast Racing League. They come out and they put on a hell of a show every week.
Yeah, and you already did that once this season with the first race of the season at Daytona with David Worrell winning that one. So a shock winner there. Maybe we could be in for the same next week when we go there once again. I believe we're under the lights as well, aren't we?
I believe so. Let me double check that and I can get you for sure. Oh, that's the wrong button. All right, here we go. It does look like we will be under the lights next week for 80 laps around Daytona.
Awesome sauce. So I'll be definitely looking forward to that. Now, just going to go to my driver of the night, Mr. Mark Cohen. Mark started 16th position, bringing it home in the top 5. You've got to be happy with that result tonight.
Oh my gosh, that just feels like a win. I mean, I have been struggling all day with handling issues, and then everyone at Overtake Motorsports, the team I'm on, they were so helpful in helping me troubleshoot everything I've been struggling with. And then I don't know how I got this top 5, but that's like a win for me. I'm thrilled.
I think it was a teammate retiring that might have given you the top 5, but either way, regardless of a teammate dropping out or not, you still earned that top 5 here tonight, Mark. I mean, one hell of a drive. I mean, me and Scott were talking through the broadcast all night about how, like, basically you had that car hooked up tonight and you were, like, passing people like they were standing still when you were getting around them.
Yeah, no, I mean, after Joe Burchett and Tyler Cox, they had kind of, just walked me through what I'd been doing wrong. All of a sudden, just something clicked. And then when I was passing people, I was like, wait, is this really happening? It did not seem real. It felt like a dream, just actually being able to pass these guys when I had qualified so poorly. So thank you. I'm absolutely thrilled with this result. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely. And we enjoyed watching you making your way for the field. Well, next week we go to Daytona, Mark. We go from one extreme to another. What are your thoughts going to that race under the lights?
Well, Daytona, Super Bowl of racing, and also the week of July 4th, of course, and under the lights, it's going to be amazing. I mean, Daytona is always wild, but it's just fun just because it's just a chess match. You just have to make sure you're in the right spot at the right time. hope that you have the right help. And I'm just hoping to see what I can do, because it's always crazy at Daytona, but I'm really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Well, is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's top 5? Because I know you're going to be happy, and I know you want to shout a few people out.
Oh my gosh, yes. First off, my sponsors, Harpoon Design, Brantley Roden, who painted me this beautiful car that I've been racing tonight. He's been fantastic. Also, Sam Maxwell Customs. He makes the best wheels. Basically, if you want a wheel rim, or basically anything, I was using a Sam Maxwell rim tonight, and I have no doubt that helped a ton towards my result. Sam Maxwell Customs, and of course my team, Overtake Motorsports. I've been with these guys maybe a bit over a month. It's a fantastic environment. I can't thank everyone enough for everything they've done for me. I'm just lucky to be a part of it. So thanks to all of them. I'm eternally grateful for everyone.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And well, Mark, congratulations on the top 5 here tonight. You are the Beaufort driver of the night, and definitely the biggest mover here tonight. So congratulations on that, and we will see you next week when we go to Daytona.
Thank you so much, guys, and I really appreciate the incredible broadcast as well.
No worries. We'll see you next week then.
User was moved out
Scott,
of your channel.
What an absolutely exhilarating race here tonight.
Yeah, pretty impressive, man. They were able to keep it green the whole race, dude. That's 134 laps. That's a long time on a mile and a half. And to keep that caution free, that's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. And with that, we are going to go to our results for this event. 134 laps run. Not one single caution, but Joe Burchett comes home with the win here tonight. 12.9 seconds ahead of Michael Javartan, who finishes second. Brandon Puffenbarger comes home with third. Brian Littleton fourth, and a very happy Mark Cohen coming home in fifth place. First car, 1 lap down. Sixth place was Austin Marion. Great result for him. Jeff Wubko finishes seventh. Carl Fraben eighth. Jeremy Rigney ninth, and Cody McCorkle, another great run here tonight. He comes home in 10th place, Scott.
Robert Hill Jr. finishes 11th. Jeff Schmidt 12th. Dylan Bowes 13th. Charlton Sanders 14th. Nate Catilia 15th. Skylar Allen Sr. 16th. Bruce Wright III 17th. Tyler Cox unfortunately comes home 18th after leading the most laps and dominating the majority of this race. Stephen Parks 19th, and Justin Rector finishes 20th.
And Eric Minch not starting the race. That was our field of 20 drivers. Well, that is going to do it here tonight at Chicagoland. An absolutely fantastic event here around the 1.5 mile demon, I'm going to call it, because it is an absolute horror of a track sometimes. But yeah, that is going to do it here tonight. Definitely an exciting race, but we're going to get out of here. But I will be back here tomorrow night at Chicagoland with the Major League Esports Catalyst Catalyst Mints series, as they take the K&N cars around the track for another run. Sunday, Scott, I'm going to try and see if I can broadcast the Summer Lights series for you.
That would be pretty cool, man. I wasn't expecting that series to be broadcasted, but like I said, man, if you're willing to do it, that'd be pretty cool.
Well, yeah, we're here for the Indy cars. We may as well be here for the Pro Masters as well. So we'll be there Sunday night for the Summer Lights series. So look for that one to kick off its new season on Sunday night. Monday night we're back with the Paskey's Truck Series, as I can't remember where they're going. So yeah, we'll find out then. Tuesday we're taking the night off, and then Wednesday night we are back for the championship race at Phoenix with Top Fuel Racing.
Nope. It's Wednesday, the 4th of July, remember? Yeah, we're off. It's because it's we're celebrating Independence Day here in the United States.
So
we'll take a week off, and then we'll be back on the 11th for the championship.
That's going to be the championship race. Then Thursday, we're going to be back at Daytona with Somo. And then next Friday, we'll be at Daytona again with Go Fast Racing. But for now, that is going to do it for tonight's broadcast. You have witnessed a cautionless race at Chicagoland, and we expect more of the same tomorrow with the Major League Esports. But for tonight, all that's left for me to say is keep it clean, keep it green, and we will see you tomorrow night, live from Chicagoland with Major League Esports.
Have a safe weekend and a safe 4th of July, everybody.